Amir Khan says he jumped at the chance to fight Marco Antonio Barrera. Khan has returned from a 6 weeks training camp in America and has been training in front of the media today in Bolton ahead of that fight, which is on March the 14th at Manchester's MEN Arena.
Back into England now, been 4 or 5 days here, so just getting used to the time difference and everything. But you know, training's gone really well. I've done all the hard work in America at the Wildcard Gym. All the sparring was done there, and here we're just sharpening up. You know, getting sharp, watching videos of the fight. You know, against Barrera, watching different things that he does right and wrong and what to be aware of. And you know, it's just about sharpening up and putting things in your mind.
You're fully fight fit now. This last week, I guess it's just a question of lowering the intensity just a little bit so that you're fresh and ready to go for the fight itself.
That's right. You know, it's all about you know, just working on a few little things and you know, then just chilling out, keeping sharp, keeping nice and loose, keeping up the stretches and massages. And before you know it, when it comes fight night, I'll be nice and fresh and strong, and all the energy will be in the bag.
It's fair to say, in terms of the word legend, this really applies to Marco Antonio Barrera, doesn't it? Did you have to pinch yourself a little bit when this fight was made?
Well, yeah, you know, when the fight was announced, and when I spoke to Frank Warren about it, you know, it was like I had to ask him twice. You know, is that the same Barrera that beat Nazim Ahmed and beat Morales and etc. etc. And he said, yeah, that's the one. Do you want to fight him? And I said, you know, I'll fight anyone. I want to fight the guy. And you know, it made me go in the gym, and you know, it was like a motivation. You know, it pushed me, it gave me the extra push, and made me go in the gym the next day. And I started to train. Spoke to Freddie Roach when I was in England. I said, look, Freddie, what do you think about this fight? Freddie said, look, take it with both hands. This is a fight which is at the right time of your career, and you know, we know how to beat this guy. So I went to America and started my camp.
I can only see one winner really, Amir Khan. I think he's just too sharp for him. I've seen Barrera a few months ago, and he's just so small compared to Amir. I think Amir's so much faster, so if Amir keeps his head and boxes how we all know he can, I think he's going to be a wide points winner, but he's going to be competitive the whole time. But I think he can definitely outbox him.
It's a big step for him, and it's what Amir wants, and I think it's another step closer to the big fights, you know. And it is a tough fight for him, and he's worked really hard for it, and he's really looking good as well and sharp, you know.
He is hugely experienced, Marco Antonio Barrera, but at the age of 35 now, will Amir's youth be a big telling factor in this fight, do you think?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, don't forget, you know, Barrera's got a lot of experience behind him, and 35, I don't think he's very old yet, you know. There's a lot left in his tank yet at the moment, and Amir's got to be really careful, and they've been working a lot of techniques with Freddie and Alex and Michael Moorer as well, and I'm sure that'll pay off on the night.
I think they'll do it. His speed, his youth, and he's super fit. Look at him, he looks in proper shape, man. So I'm looking forward to Amir Khan all the way, definitely.
And as for you, when are we going to next see you in a ring?
I think it's mid-April, so very soon, in the next 6 weeks, but I can't wait.
And you'll be able to see Khan against Barrera live on Sky Box Office and Sky Box.
Saturday, an amazing night. Amir Khan against modern-day great Marco Antonio Barrera. Adam Smith has been to the land that creates legends of the sport to be with him at his training camp.
Mexico, home of the legends like Salvador Sanchez, Julio Cesar Chavez, Ricardo Lopez, Eric Morales, and his arch-rival Marco Antonio Barrera, who's aiming to become the country's only ever four-weight world champion.
For me, for myself, for my family, it's very important because all the people thinking that Marco Antonio Barrera is out, but I want to prove who is Marco Antonio Barrera now.
Barrera honed his skills in Mexico City's rough Iztacalco district and has won world titles at super bantamweight, featherweight and super featherweight. Barrera's stunned 3 of our champions, Richie Wenton, Paul Lloyd and of course Nassim Hamed. Barrera says Amir Khan will be his 4th British victim.
I got to put in my list Amir. Number 4 is Amir. I got to put in my list, in my special list.
At 35, what's left in the Barrera storybook? An odd build-up with a cut suffered just 6 weeks out worried many. But the reality is that Barrera's in fabulous shape. He's fiercely committed and is glowing like the fighter of old. He's plotting to wreck Khan's career.
I got to win the fight. I don't know by cut, by decision. I don't have prediction for round, but I got to win the fight.
At Casa Barrera, memorabilia fills the walls and there's a sense of real family pride. While just across town, the world's new leading lightweight Juan Manuel Marquez also predicts Khan's undoing.
Yeah, I think because Barrera, he has experience, he has technical boxer, and then I think he win.
Marco Antonio Barrera's primed, ready and firing towards Manchester.
Wait for me, Manchester. I'm ready for the fight.
I guess, Ricky, split loyalties for you because you know both of them very well.
I do. I'm going to be happy and sad again, you know, in the same breath. And the last time I was in a similar position like this was when Jamie Moore, in fact, boxed Matthew Macklin. It was horrible to see, but it's a great fight for Amir Khan. It's the one he's capable of winning. He's got to be really, you know, on the boil for it. I think the big key is how much has Marco got left. If he has got plenty left, then Amir's in for a tough night. It's a real pick and match, and I'm going to sit on the fence, Dave. Don't make me make a decision.
I mean, you're mates with Barrera. You ring walk with him.
I have, yeah. I was very fortunate. I've worked out with Marco for, I think it was the Marquez fight, if I'm not mistaken. But and he also come out with me when I boxed Jose Luis Castillo. And bearing in mind, Barrera's a Mexican and Castillo's a Mexican. For him to do that for me was pretty sensational. But he's a sensational guy. Two nice guys fighting each other.
Khan back in England, back training in Bolton on Friday. Looks in good nick.
Looks in good nick. He's always in good nick, and he's with a great trainer now in Freddie Roach. He'll be picking up different things in the gym. I'm sure Freddie will be working on his defence, which has been the, if any, you know, Achilles heel that Amir had was obviously his defensive work, and he's in the right coach to put that right. And with this win against Marco Antonio Barrera, if he happens to win, he leap progress-wise. He even leapfrogs. You know, if you cut the Prescott defeat out of the occasion, in beating Barrera, he goes even further, you know, progresses his career even further. So, big night for him.
One not to be missed, that is for sure. Amir Khan take on the legendary Mexican. Second live fight of the evening, an Olympic medalist that's got